Good evening, guys. Good evening, Sir Alves. I'm Jessica Bongulto, and my topic is about barcode and QR code. So, yun, familiar naman tayo lahat about kung ano yung barcode. Ito yung nakikita natin sa mga packaging and items na binibili natin sa grocery. Ito yung ini-scan dun sa cashier para malaman natin kung magkano yung isang item. So, QR code for me is a physical information turns into digital information. So, i-discuss natin yon further dito sa report ko. So, next. What is barcode? Barcode is the small image of line bars and space that is affixed to retail store items, identification cards, and postal mail to identify a particular product number, person, or location. So, ito yung example ng barcode na usually na nakikita natin sa likod ng mga packaging or sa likod ng mga items or product na binibili natin. The code uses a sequence of vertical bars and space to represent numbers and other symbols. A barcode symbol typically consists of 5 parts: a quiet zone, a start character, data characters including an optional check character, a stop character, and other quiet zone. So later, may papakita ko sa inyong short video regarding sa barcode and malalaman natin kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng mga numbers and lines na to. Barcode reader. It's used to read the code. The reader uses a laser beam that is sensitive to the reflection from the line and space, thickness, and variation. The reader translates the reflected light into digital data that is transferred to a computer for immediate action or storage. So, yung laser beam na yun yung nakikita natin na red light sa mall na kapag babayaran na natin yung item, yun yung nag-i-scan dun sa barcode. Barcodes and readers are most often seen in supermarkets and retail stores, but a large number of different uses have been found for them. They also used to take inventory in retail stores, to check out books from a library, to track manufacturing and shipping movement, to sign in a job, to identify hospital patients, and to tabulate the result of mailing marketing.
This video was made possible by Squarespace. Build your website for 10% off over at squarespace.com/HAI. So, when you stop in a store and scan a soda, the beeper beams lasers and the barcode becomes numbers. This thing, though, isn't free, no, because of these guys. But enough of that poetry, poppycock. This is the headquarters of the GS1 organization, which basically runs the world's barcodes. They've created and maintain a common standard of barcode that works anywhere. No matter if you scan a product at a Tesco in Thurso or a Coles in Canberra, the machine will recognize what it means thanks to this organization. But here's how it works. A normal barcode has 95 bars that are either black or white. The first 3 always look like this, the middle 3 always look like this, and the last 3 always look like this. That's to differentiate the different sections. The remaining 84 bars are split into groupings of 7 in order to make 12 sections. Each grouping of 7 correspond to a number. For example, this means 0, this means 1, this means 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, unless they're on the right side, because simplicity sucks. For the groupings of 7 on the right, this means 1, this means 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Got it? Good, because the main difference between the codes for numbers on the left and the codes for numbers on the right is the number of white bars. For example, the code for 6 on the left has 2 white spaces, while the code for 6 on the right has 5 white spaces. For 9, it's 4 on the left and 3 on the right. You might see a pattern. All the codes for numbers on the left have even numbers of white spaces. All the codes for numbers on the right have odd numbers of white spaces. This is so if the code is upside down, the scanner knows to read the code from the opposite direction. If it sees the codes with odd numbers of white spaces on the left, the machine knows to start reading from the right. But before being able to make barcodes, you need a company prefix, because the first bit of any barcode is devoted to identifying the company that makes the product, and then the first 3 digits of that identify the country where that company is from. For example, this cream cheese, which was one of 5 things in my fridge, starts with country code 622, which corresponds to Switzerland, where the European headquarters of the manufacturer, Mondelez International, is. Each country worldwide has its own code, but don't worry America, you're still number 1. But also 2 through 19, 30 through 39, and 60 through 139 because big countries need lots of codes to allow for lots of companies. After the country code comes the company code, but the number of digits varies. Basically, whatever space that isn't filled by the company prefix, with the exception of the 12th digit, can be used for product codes. So, the GS1 organization prices the company codes based off their length. You can buy a 10-digit company prefix, which includes the country code, for only $250 since there are 10 million of them for each country code. But then you would only have 1 free digit left, so you could only have 10 different products. Therefore, if you're a much bigger company, you want to have a much shorter prefix. So, GS1 sells company prefixes as short as 6 digits, but they cost $10,500 since there are only 1,000 of them out there for each country code. With a 6-digit company prefix, you can have as many as 100,000 different products. The product codes, living here between the company prefix and the 12th digit, don't really have a common standard, so each company can set their own codes. They all go into a central database, so any store worldwide selling this cream cheese, for example, can know the code. But then there's this 12th digit. This is there to make sure that the scanner read the rest of the digits correctly. It's called the check digit. What you do to calculate the check digit is to add the numbers from all the odd number positions, multiply by 3, add the even number digits, and then subtract that number from the nearest multiple of 10. Easy, right? At least if you're a machine. If the result equals the final number, the machine knows that it read the barcode correctly. Although, if you're not a machine, what might not be easy is building a website, unless you use Squarespace.
Philippine barcode. Our barcodes start with 07, which indicate they were originally issued by GS1 US. Barcodes starting with 480 come directly from GS1 Philippines. This prefix code is simply a way to prevent the 70 plus GS1 issuers around the world having to worry about duplicate numbers. Each GS1 branch will have its own prefix. So, kung dun sa napanood yung video na play natin kanina, uh, nabanggit doon yung GS1 US. So, yung GS1 US, sila yung responsible sa paggawa or pag-release, pagbibigay ng mga barcodes doon sa mga item na or sa mga product na binibenta ng isang groceries or ng iba pang supermarkets. So, nakakatulong din tong barcode na to, especially pag nag-export tayo ng product from the other country kasi namomonitor din natin agad kung nabibili ba yung product na in-export natin sa isang bansa. So, sabi dito, if you want to demonstrate that your product is made in the Philippines, the best way to do this is to print made in Philippines. So, mas maganda rin kung may ganitong naka-indicate sa product natin para yung consumer o yung buyer natin is malalaman na kaagad kung saan galing yung isang produkto. So, meron lang akong isang nabasa na dito sa bansa natin na merong isang restriction regarding sa barcode, which is yung mga pharmaceutical companies, dapat hindi lang sila basta bibili ng barcode, dapat member din sila ng GS1 Philippines. So, isa lang naman yung restriction na nabasa ko doon. And ito yung website nila, Barcodes Philippines. So, kapag halimbawa, ito, by a set of numbers of barcodes, meron siyang 5 barcodes. So, kung 5 syempre yung product mo, gusto mo rin ng 5 iba-ibang barcodes. Ang worth nun is 4,000 pesos. Then, syempre, kung mas marami kayong product or items na binibenta, gusto nyo na mas marami pang barcodes na iba-iba din siya, umaabot din siya ng 24,000 pesos.